Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. As you get here, make sure that you say hello. Let me know that you're here while I go through all the stuff to make sure everything is live. All right. Just one more. Doo-doo-doo. All right. So, good morning. Good morning. I realize I haven't turned on my other lights. I was making a mad dash to get in here and share. And I completely forgot to put on my other light. So, I hope everybody is doing well this morning. I know a lot of people in the group are in Florida and having some issues. So I haven't watched anything about all that this morning, but if you are in that area, our heart is going out to you. And I just will say that. And so I want to share really quick that yesterday when I was talking to you guys, I had told you that I was, good morning, Wendy. Oh, all good. Thank heavens. Thank heavens. So I'm glad to hear it. Wendy is actually in Miami. So yesterday I was telling you that I was part of this class, that a 5-day challenge, and that and it's about speaking and everything. And for whatever reason, I was holding back and not speaking up. I don't know what it was about the group. I mean, we were going into breakout rooms, we were doing things like that and getting to know one another. But I still felt like when she would say, "Is anybody want to share? Is anybody wanting to get some help?" I was holding back. And the more I thought about it, I thought, no, that's silly, because I help people to be able to raise their hand and to speak on stages and to um, go to networking events and feel comfortable and confident when they're just speaking to people, right? So I thought, this is not the way to do this. So I promised yesterday that I was going to go to the class last night and that I would raise my hand and I would speak. And I did. And I will tell you, I did have some of that heart palpitation because she said, "Well, go ahead and share your talk." And it was like, "Mm, I haven't really worked on this talk very much. I've just kind of got an outline. I got a little bit of an idea and everything, but I shared my talk and it went really well. It was very well received. And so that was even more validation for me that, it's valuable and people need it and want to hear it. And I actually, thank you, Wendy. And I have a conversation with someone later today about possibly doing a TED talk. And so we'll see. I don't know when that would be. I have no idea. And you don't just say you're going to do a TED talk and you get to do a TED talk. You meet with someone, they hear what you're saying, and then they decide if it's a good fit for their particular TED talk. And so we'll see. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm stepping forward and I'm doing it. So I just wanted to share that, as I help people with all of this stuff, and it hits me too, right? Aw, thank you, Wendy. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and grab today's affirmation. Let me get that. All right. So today's affirmation is I awaken to my superpowers. Good morning, Lynn. Fully embracing the strength, intuition, and creativity that make me unstoppable. Now, we've talked many times about our superhero name and our superpowers and all these different things. And for whatever reason, this has been back into my radar. And so this morning, I thought this was powerful because I feel like last night, just because I was able to embrace the uncomfortable and go ahead and share my talk, even though I knew it wasn't polished, I knew it wasn't finished, I knew that it had things in there that probably didn't need to be there. I still shared. And so I felt like that was my superpower, was to go ahead and do it. Right. And so I want that for you guys too, to be able to fully embrace your strengths, your intuition, and your creativity, because that all of that together, when you are awakened, or awake to your superpowers, and you can embrace all those things, makes you unstoppable. And we are all unstoppable if we choose to be, right? So, how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel like you are beginning to awaken to your superpowers, or is that something that you want to do? How are you feeling about this statement this morning? Let me have a sip of my coffee. I didn't have time to run get me another cup of coffee, and I'm getting kind of low here, so I'm usually on my second cup by the time I get here. Let me see what's happening over here. All right. I know there's a delay. Is there something that you ladies want to add to that? And I'm going to say it again. I awaken to my superpowers, fully embracing the strength, the intuition, and the creativity that makes me unstoppable. And so put that on your index card, your screensaver on your phone, your sticky notes, put it on your mirror with a chalk marker, put it on a piece of paper and stick it to the fridge, stick it somewhere. Ah, good. Thank you, Wendy. Um, let me see what this says. Still a little ways off from getting there, but I am being patient with myself, determined to get there someday. Well, just the fact that you are looking at it, you are that. Because if it's in our field of vision, if it's something that we want, it's already there. We just have to have the growth process to bring it in. So you're not as far off from it as you think you are, Lynn. I'm being honest with you. And be patient with yourself. Yes, that's beautiful. But I would say, just if it's okay for me to share, I would take the someday out of there. I would say I'm determined to get there, because then you're claiming it. When it's someday, that's usually the phrase that we use when we feel like it's never coming. So I would copy this little thing that you just put there, take the someday off, and hold on to it and claim it. Because I'm telling you, Lynn, you're right there. And it's just going to take just a little something to catapult you into that place. I promise you. But thank you for sharing that. Sometimes have to rein myself in. Well, Wendy, I think we all do it sometimes. Yes, yes. Definitely, Lynn. You've got this. I promise you. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and share the journal prompt. Mm, hold on a second. Let me change that because it's not all showing up. So I got to take something off. So most of the time I try to test it before I'm going to take this off and see if that does it. Yes. All right. So this is our journal prompt. What hidden superpowers are waiting within you to be discovered? List the unique abilities you feel stirring inside and imagine how you can start using them to make each day extraordinary. So that's a good one, Lynn. So just look at that. And like I say all the time, that before you start writing and doing all this stuff, because if you just write this out and then you just pile into it and start answering, you're getting your conscious mind, which is only 12% of what happens to us and what's going on is our conscious mind, right? It's the rest of it that we really want to tap into, that super conscious, that unconscious mind, that God voice, that intuition, that's all there. And so to awaken that within you so that you can be pouring out the really, really juicy info, we get into silence and we just go ahead and make sure that you've got your affirmation, your journal prompt, and the date on your journal or your notebook, and then just get into silence and quiet your mind. Step into the place that you are right this moment and just be quiet. Now, I do share quite often that, we have all this mental chatter that goes on our mind because our conscious mind is going to be blah, 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 right? And so to quiet that down so that you can actually tap into this inner knowing of who you are and letting that subconscious mind to feed you information to get you going, we're going to just listen to the sounds in the room and you label them. It's like, I can hear the ceiling fan. I can hear my computer. I can hear there was a dog barking outside. So you can label the sounds in the room. And as you do, it just kind of grounds you into the right here, right now. And then you just stay in that place for like 10, 15 minutes, whatever time you have available. The more, the better. And then when you open your eyes, your subconscious mind is going to be giving you information. And you just write it down. Just write everything that comes up, no matter how ridiculous it is, no matter how far-fetched, how scary, no matter what it is, because you don't have to do a damn thing with it if you don't want to. But this is giving you a glimpse into what's actually going on in there. And you will be shocked with the things that can come up if you allow them to. So don't judge and just write it down, right? So what hidden superpowers are waiting within you to be discovered? Because there's things in there that you don't even know that exist. They've been back there dormant, waiting on you to open up the doors to let them out. So right now, you're getting in touch with the hidden superpowers that are within you that you didn't even know you had. Doesn't that feel good to think about? That you're just letting these superpowers. So just think of let's go with Harry Potter, right? With Harry Potter, remember, he just thought he was just the boy under the stairs and he didn't think there was anything special about him at all. And then once he got into this place where he was being nurtured and he was able to let the possibilities flow, he was so shocked with the abilities that he had, right? And I know it's just a fictional character, but man, fictional characters are mirroring what goes on within us, right? There's a reason that this story was created, because it's a hero's journey, and you're on a hero's journey right now, getting in touch with your superpowers. And then once you have just really tapped into this, list the unique abilities that are stirring within, and then imagine how you can start using them to make each day extraordinary. Because we all can have extraordinary days. And extraordinary would be different for every single person, right? So for some people, being extraordinary would be that they get up and they meet somebody that helps them in some area of their life. Extraordinary for other people might be that they get up and they just go and they sit out in this magnificent garden and they are just having Zen moments, right? Extraordinary could also be that someone goes to a coffee shop and feels comfortable having a conversation with someone in line and actually enjoys the conversation. So extraordinary can be so many things. When I say extraordinary, it doesn't mean that it's like rockets and it's fireworks and all of that, right? Extraordinary can be ordinary things that you feel in an extraordinary way. So, what hidden superpowers are waiting within you to be discovered? List the unique abilities you feel stirring inside, and imagine how you can start using them to make each and every day extraordinary, living your best life, right? No regrets. Just grabbing the challenges. What is it they say? Grabbing the bull by the horns? I need to look to see where that phrase came from, because some of them are really weird about how the phrases came up. But it is tapping into that inner voice, that hidden superpower, and just letting your light shine. I mean, because we all have it within us. But a lot of times we're scared to let it out, because if we show people we can do certain super things, right? And then if we choose to not pursue it, it's like, but you get to choose. So who's ready to tap into their unique abilities and just let them fly? Who's ready? So back to our affirmation. I awaken to my superpowers, fully embracing the strength, the intuition, and the creativity that makes me unstoppable. Thank you, Wendy. Thank you. So like I said, put that on your index card, your sticky note, the screensaver on your phone, put it somewhere where you're going to see it today, so that you are reminded all day long that you are unstoppable. Even if it doesn't feel like it when you say it, maybe break it down into little smaller pieces. But the thing is that if you can tap into this affirmation and feel it, breathe it with emotion, and just think of a time in your life that you have felt unstoppable. And maybe you haven't. And if you haven't, it's time. It's time. And you've got this. All right. So remember, we want our notebook or our journal out. We put the date, we put the affirmation, we put the journal prompt, which is, what hidden superpowers are waiting within you to be discovered? I can't wait to hear what you have to say. List the unique abilities you feel stirring inside and imagine how you can start using them to make each day extraordinary. And I promise you, you have a superpower within you. And you know what's interesting when you think about it? People that have superpowers, which we all do, we are so used to that power within us. Even if we weren't aware that it was there, it's part of us and it just feels natural to us. But other people look at it and think, oh my gosh, I can't believe they can do that. I can't believe they have the abilities. I can't believe they think that way. So, other people that don't have your superpower are blown away by it. And you feel like it's something everybody does. And so, this is your opportunity to look inside and really get in touch with what your superpowers are, because there are people that are in awe of you, whether you realize it or not. And it's time to let that superpower out. So, all right, I have to go ahead and go. I have an early client this morning, but this has been fun. And before I go, I want to remind you guys that today there's a link. I'll put another link in. But today at 2 p.m., I think it's 2 p.m. Eastern, that Stacy Lauren is doing an amazing masterclass that I've invited everybody to, because she is helping with this masterclass to give you so many golden nuggets and insights in how you can um, create a group of people with a common goal. So whether that means that you're wanting to get a bunch of people together to help hurricane victims, or you're wanting to get a bunch of people together to study the Bible, or get a bunch of people together to talk about your business or your ideas, whatever it is, if it's a group of people that would be beneficial to have in your little sphere, which, let's face it, having a group of people that are along the same path as you, oh, that feels so good, doesn't it? Right? Thank you, Lynn. And so it's going to be amazing. And it's a free class. And so bring your notebook, take notes, because you'll come away with golden nuggets that you'll be able to use for the rest of your life. I promise you, because I've done some of the stuff that she's talking about. I've been part of a group that she has, and it has been life changing. And I don't say that lightly. So just remember that it's today at 2 p.m. Eastern, and I will put the link in the comments so that you can register and go, because you do have to register to be able to get the link to get on the call. And I will see you there, because I'm going to be there, because it's new every single time. I'm going to be there taking notes right along with everybody else, because there's anytime I can get on one of these calls and knowing that I'm going to come away with more information that will benefit me and benefit the people that I love, and then I'm all in. So I hope you are too. And let's see, what else was I? And just as a reminder, let's see, the Monday the 14th, if you look in the events section, um, in the group, there is a thing about the live with Dr. Nancy on Monday at 4 p.m. Eastern, and it's going to be amazing too. So check it out, because she has such a gift of helping to uncover what's going on for you. And I can't wait to see what all she has to say and share with you guys. So in the meantime, I will see you today at 2 p.m. Eastern, and then I will see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. Eastern. See you later. Mwah.